Hey guys, so I am working on the energy readings still. I was sick for a week, still working on videos like crazy, but I was mainly making content for like the astrology series and everything, and the witchy series that are happening. I made another tea talk that's probably on here by now. But you guys, I had a last minute like tug on my heart, like a feel pull. And it's something I never thought I'd do. I was actually waiting till February to do something like this, you know, like love readings. But I feel like this is a lot more divinely like guided, so to speak, getting all fancy with it. So what we're gonna do today is actually do a divine feminine, divine masculine reading. So today, right here, right now, in this video, we are looking at the divine masculine. I want to say divine feminine, but this is for divine feminines. That's what it is. So if you don't know what that is, I can make a video on like soulmates, twin flames, which I think we all have many soulmates. Twin flames, I'm kind of on the fence with. Like, I think it's one of those things because I think like I am one that it's a long story. But it's also just one of those things. You know what I mean? So let's hop into it. We're like a minute and a half in. That was a few minutes, like whatever. Anyway. All right. So divine, this is just going to be intuitive as hell. Oh shit. So first we got the 9 of Cups, which is fulfilled. And then we have the 2 of Swords. Ooh, looks like they are in deep thought about what they thought would fulfill them. That's the first message that I've gotten. Then we have the Justice reversed. So someone could have wronged them or they could have wronged you. This could be what they're in the 2 of Swords about. Okay, now I just want to say right off the bat, this doesn't have to be like, gender does not apply here. You could be genderless and still be of some sort of like particular energy, like more so than the other. So in a masculine energy, you'll know which one applies. I can make videos on that if you want me to. I think I will. Just for the sake of the fact that I felt led to do this. Ooh. Okay. I see it. I see it. So the divine masculines are, in the past, it looks like, ooh, okay. Now, if you're a divine masculine watching this, I mean, I'm coming for you, fam. Like, I promise I'll get your reading out too. I'm going to post them simultaneously so you guys aren't left out in the cold. I got you. But the divine masculine looks like, so this is the way it's going to be read. This is going to be how they are feeling about you and the environment. I feel like this is really in the past because there's a 6 here. The 6 of Pentacles. So that's about easy give and take, having balance. We're going to get a little more clarity here. And on the top of the 9 of Cups. Yes, yes, yes. So it could be that, you know, because 9 of Cups is about fulfillment. 9 of Cups is about getting all your wishes fulfilled. And I feel like the divine masculine definitely manifested what they believe would fulfill them. I mean, and kudos to them. That is some serious manifestation power. Like, that is awesome. But however, with the balance and the 2 of Wands, it seems like they're coming to a form of enlightenment. I'd like to get a little more clarity on this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Like, okay. So there are some realizations coming on about this, what they've manifested in their life so far. I feel like they're coming to recognize, just based on these cards over here as well, that, you know, they're coming to realize that maybe it wasn't everything that they thought it was going to be. Not that it was negative, not that it was like horrible or stressful, or maybe it is. But I'm really seeing how like they kind of felt caged, and they're recognizing how they have choices now. With the Two of Wands, they recognize that they are not caged, that they have a choice to change their mind. They have a choice to move forward in a positive direction. And in a direction that works for them. I feel like they realize that this isn't working for them anymore. Then we have the Empress reversed. So, Divine Feminines, they could feel extremely, you could be in no communication. I really sense that with the Empress upside down. So either there's a lot of regret about this. Oh, yeah, you guys are definitely not in communication. We got the Emperor and the Empress side by side upside down. So you guys are not together. For those of you who resonate with this, if you don't resonate with it, then fine. Like, this reading is not for you. Simple as that. Not to sound like a jerk, but you'll know if it resonates with you or not. If it doesn't, that's fine. There are plenty of tarot readers that are amazing on YouTube, and I'm sure they will have a beautiful message for you. But for those who resonate, you are not in communication with your divine masculine. Wow. Ain't that something? So I feel like not only are they recognizing that there could be a situation where it wasn't an even give or take, or maybe, especially with money, like that's the physical part, but emotionally they thought that this would bring fulfillment. And now that they're kind of like recalibrating a little bit, they recognize that it wasn't what they thought it was. And with the Knight of Wands and the Moon reversed, they're coming to recognize what they really want to go for. It's no longer a secret to them anymore. They're not wondering why they feel a certain way. They might have felt depressed. They might have felt oppressed. And they're not questioning that anymore. They're not. They understand what is going to bring that fulfillment. And I think it's really rocking their world. And that's why they're in this Two of Swords state. And this, by the way, is what they're thinking of you. So how they're thinking of you. So they're at a crossroads here. There's a decision that needs to be made. But they're kind of staying, like keeping a blind eye to it. And fair enough, because it looks like there's a lot of shit going on in their environment. However, they also acknowledge that there would be a new start with their divine feminine. And with the star, could be dealing with an Aquarius. But with the star, okay, I feel like they also see you as the person that they want to go for. They see you as the person that they're meant to be with, so to speak, the one they choose. That connection is beyond the physical. Crown chakra, to clarify this row. So it has to do with something divine. You know, this is our connection to God. This is our connection to the divine. That oneness with everything. And I feel like they're recognizing that this connection is on a lot deeper level than it is in the, you know, physically. They could have very much not even gave a damn about that in the past. And now they're recognizing that this is the thing. However, I don't think they're quite ready to either admit it, or they're really stuck in their head about it, or both. Now with the Ace of Swords, to clarify, you know, what they are feeling about the connection and you, there is a truth. The truth is, you know, triumphant success. They were very successful in building this life. They were very successful in what they were going for. But it just isn't. And I'm not seeing that they got bored or anything. I'm just seeing that they just recognize like what's really going to fulfill them. And I think a lot of us are, are going through that right now. A lot of us are recognizing what that means for us. And now, so that brings us to their environment. Okay. Please excuse me while I kind of get myself situated for this. Now, what I'm seeing is that sacral chakra, creativity, sexuality, and then recognition and reward. with the Judgment card reversed and transformation, which is death. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is working hard. In their environment, they could be, legal matters could be holding them back from kind of getting the full picture of what's going on. But if that's not enough, transformation, the Death card, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. There's a lot of shit going on, and they're really working hard to get through this. You know, just make it another day. Trapped in fear. Yeah. And it's very, very just like, it's understandable. And then we have here the waiting game that fell out as well. So seems like they're probably in the Two of Swords state because they have no other choice right now. They are literally tied up in a lot of things in the exterior, but it doesn't mean that they are unaware of what's happening internally and what's happening between them and their divine feminine. We're going to get a little more clarity though. So, just say. So it's not that they're unaware of the situation, it's they're just kind of tied up right now, fam. They just have so much going on. And this definitely tells me that they recognize who it is, and if they don't, then because of that Two of Swords state, they will. Now I know a lot of people want to know, oh, are they coming my way? Best thing you can do is just surrender. I mean, to come into union with a divine masculine of swords, this person, this human that you made a contract with as you came into this lifetime, understand that a part of that contract with your separation, because this is for those who are in separation, who are in no communication, it may hurt, but you have to learn lessons from that. That is a part of the contract. That is a part of what happens. That is a part of the that first union, is learning those lessons. And if you are so caught up and hung up on the fact that they aren't communicating, this could be years that have happened. It could be a few days, a few months, it doesn't matter. But there is a lesson to come with this. And if you're so obsessed or focused on, are they coming back and blah, 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 then you're missing it. You're missing the lesson. This is a part of it, okay? Now, this reading, I feel, is for those who have already come to this place, who have already come to this place to recognize, hey, like, I'm going to go on with my own journey. If I fall in love, I fall in love. If an opportunity comes along, it's going to come along. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to wait. You know, I'm just going to go on with my life, and I'm going to love myself. And a lot of divine feminines are doing that right now. So I'm not really worried about emphasizing on that right now, because this is from the divine masculine's perspective and what they're going through. So if you are just kind of checking up, maybe you've been feeling weird. I know I get that way. You're just kind of feeling funny. And you kind of want to know what they're going through. Kind of check up on them, especially if you're in no communication. You obviously don't know how they're doing. You know, and you're just kind of like, I feel funny. Like, I need to know. Well, here's your message. So that's what this is for. But understand, if you're watching this in hopes that, you know, are they going to come back and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you have your journey to still live. Okay? Oh. Regardless. So, if you are watching this, by the way, and that's what I believe this card is for, do not mistake a soulmate, a twin flame, just because you feel very strongly with someone who's abusive. Gaslighting. Now, I don't have enough time in this video to go over exactly what gaslighting is. I do have a video for Scorpio that happened this month. If you kind of want to learn a little more, I could do a whole video on it, but there are lots of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of books on it. Gaslighting is a serious form of abuse. It's not physical, it is mental and emotional. And I feel like some of you really need to reflect on this. If you're watching this out of almost that desperation to know if they're coming back, Make sure it's not a codependency tendency within you. Make sure it's not with a former abusive partner, because your divine counterpart, so to speak, is not going, I'm not saying that they're not abusive, because I think we all have a tendency to do rotten things when we're in a certain place in life. However, consistent abuse, especially a form of gaslighting, is complete and utter bullshit. And that is not your divine counterpart. That is a person who needs a lot of healing, who first of all needs to recognize it in themselves and heal themselves. So if you are dealing with a person, if you don't know what gaslighting is, please check it out. Please look it up. Make sure you're not, attaching, you don't have some kind of attachment to a karmic relationship. By the way, karmic isn't bad. It's just, different. Make sure it's not that like connection that's not, you're not necessarily supposed to like still stay connected to. Be sure that it doesn't have to do with an abusive situation. And I'm so glad that came up, because that is something I definitely have always touched on. I guess at this point I just kind of hope that it's second nature, but looks like Spirit had other things to say, and I'm so grateful. Now you could be dealing with an air sign, divine feminines. Okay, from the past, non-duality. So there could be a union. Understand that their journey is a reflection of yours. Understand that you as divine counterparts, you are going to reflect each other, and whether it be intentional or unintentional. And most of the time it's completely unintentional. But just know that your growth is important. This person, which, we have past, so that could be what's getting you right now, or they're just simply from the past, and it could be an air sign. This could also be you just making sure that I'm getting roots with the trees. Stay grounded, even if things seem kind of rough. But I feel like the divine masculines are reflecting on the past. They are digging in their roots, so to speak. They're rooting themselves, so that these winds and this chaos that's surrounding them, that they can handle it. The best thing you can do right now. Now here's the thing. I know it's probably going to happen regardless, but just understand that compassion, for your divine counterpart, is key right now, in their growth. I know what it's like to be done wrong by a divine counterpart. But when we come to a place of healing, I can't stop you. You want to comment in the section, hey, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get, never gonna, then this message isn't for you. This is for divine feminines that understand the connection, they understand the healing process, and they understand about the reflection part of it all. That their healing and their healing are one and the same. That non-duality card means that. So it's not that you're codependent, but you're interdependent. Being that for each other, that mirror into each other's souls, is definitely something to be aware of. And if you're aware of like the divine masculine and feminine, you understand that. So just understand that this, you both are working on yourselves, and it looks like they're digging in their heels right now. They have a lot going on, a lot. And if you are distracted, we have dance, do something to shift your vibration. I feel like they're doing this. Divine feminines. They are making moves. They're not sure exactly which ones to take. They may literally be going to the wind right now. They're just like, whoa, paint with all the colors. And it's like, they're just going for it. Not even sure where it's going to lead them. They're doing something to shift their vibration. I also feel like that's also a message to you. It's all right to check in on your divine masculine. I get it. Get grounded. So usually masculines are the runners. There's a chaser and a runner aspect most of the time. And it's when the chaser actually gets grounded in who they are and love themselves and recognize that they can get into a healthy place about this connection. Get grounded. It looks like I said, they're like growing roots. That's something that they're doing right now, and I feel like that's something you both are doing. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So you guys are definitely, there's literally roots in this picture. Look. So there's roots in this picture. Let's see. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. Divine feminines. Your divine masculine is going through a lot right now. Okay? Just to put it simply. Obviously, I don't have messages for you about their actions or whatever. All I can tell you is what they're thinking about you, what they're feeling right now about the connection, and stuff like that. And obviously, we're seeing that, you know, what they're feeling right now is that they are not limited. They have reached this truth. Looks like they're making major moves to move forward. And but their environment right now is really super chaotic, and they're trying to ground themselves and get themselves in a place that is a healthy mindset. But that doesn't mean that they aren't aware of who you are and aren't aware of this connection anymore. They totally are still there with you in that. Like I said, you're a reflection of each other. So boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So if you are a divine feminine, that is, like I said, I don't know why, I do know why Spirit was putting it in my head. If you're having a hard time not obsessing about this connection, it is time to set spiritual boundaries, saying, look, like, I acknowledge, kind of like what they're doing, you know, I acknowledge what this connection is, I get it, but it's time for me to just do me, do my thing. You got a lot going on. I'm going to let you take care of that. I just wanted to see how you were doing. You have all my love, lots of love and light. You know, if you are dealing with someone who was abusive, they aren't your divine counterpart. But let's say you thought so, and you're still watching this. Learn what gaslighting is, learn the different forms of abuse, and set those boundaries as well. So yeah, that is the reading. That's the first one and only one I've ever done so far for the, you know, divine feminines wondering about their divine masculines. Have a lot going on. Give them some love. You know what I mean? You know, if you carry hate within your heart, that's going to hinder you most of all. But I don't feel a lot of hate from those of you who it truly resonates with on that level. All I see is love. All I see is understanding. Kudos to you guys, because that's amazing. But thank you guys so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Your energy readings are coming out. I just felt led to do this. I'm doing the Divine Feminine next for the Divine Masculines. And so I love you so much. If you like this, subscribe. You know, follow me on Instagram. I'm there all the time. I'd love to connect with you guys. And I will see you in the next videos. Bye.